He admitted he resented me for the honeymoon and hated my husband for defending me. Welcome back to the Daily Scoop, and here's the scoop for you. Am I the asshole for reconnecting with my sister but not my brother after cutting both of them off? I, 40 female, have two siblings, a brother, 44 male, and a sister, 42 female. Our issue started years ago when our mother was diagnosed with cancer. Before the diagnosis, my husband and I booked a 3-month honeymoon to Thailand. When we found out about the cancer, I offered to cancel the trip. However, my mom insisted that I go because she felt that canceling would make her condition seem worse than it was. While abroad, I stayed in constant contact with my sister. She repeatedly told me to stay in Thailand and continue our honeymoon, while my brother kept demanding that I return home. After 2 weeks, my sister finally said it was time to come back. We booked flights immediately, and I spent the last 2 days by my mother's side until she passed. For the next year, my husband and I handled everything, including cleaning her apartment and selling furniture. My siblings said it was too hard for them to help. When I finally burned out and asked for assistance, my brother yelled at me for putting the responsibility on him. Over the years, when he continued to yell at me during conflicts until I cried. Once, my husband told him to stop speaking to me that way, and my brother never forgave him for it. During a high risk pregnancy where my baby spent 100 days in the NICU, my brother barely reached out. While my sister was more supportive, tensions in the family kept rising. I was under immense stress and we often argued. Eventually, my sister began siding with my brother's harsh perspective of me. After a major escalation where I felt attacked by both, I decided to cut contact with everyone to protect my mental health. We later tried to reconcile. During a family meeting, my brother dismissed my feelings and brought up childhood grievances. He admitted he resented me for the honeymoon and said he hated my husband for defending me. He even told extended family that I abandoned our mother. The final straw came when our father was hospitalized. I live far away and was undergoing autism evaluations for my son, meaning I had no childcare afternoon. I offered to take morning shift, but my brother exploded and called me selfish. My sister sided with him again, so I cut contact for a second time. 2 years later, I reached out to my sister. I apologized for my part in our past arguments, and we have since rebuilt a wonderful relationship. However, I refuse to reconnect with my brother. He has never reached out, and the things he said about my husband and my character still hurt deeply. My sister is still in contact with him and wants us to be a family again, but I am not ready to let that toxicity back in. Am I the asshole for rebuilding with one sibling but not the other? Edit. For more context on the meeting and his behavior, I want to add some context that explains why I cannot move forward with my brother. We actually tried to meet after my sister and sister in law reached out to reconcile. We met, I tried to share my perspective, but he dismissed everything I said. Instead, he chose to bring up childhood arguments to claim I was mean to my sister. The truth is that my sister and I have always been very close and we supported each other through everything, while he was the one who constantly belittled her, called her and her husband and even her friends stupid. He also claimed she is irresponsible with money and cannot be trusted. He admitted that for years, while we were hosting and inviting them to every holiday and family dinner, he actually hated my husband because my husband once stood up for me when my brother was yelling at me. He has also told me he's been talking about me behind my back to extended family members that I have not seen in years, claiming I am cold and distant. He even used my deepest pain against me by telling people I was not there for my mother in her final weeks because of my honeymoon, which is a complete distortion of the truth that I already struggled with. We tried to attend holidays at my sister's house after this meeting, but my husband and I felt completely unwelcome and excluded by everyone. It became clear that he is not interested in family unity, but in holding on to grudges and rewriting history to make me the villain. I am rebuilding with my sister because we actually have a bond of love and respect, but I refuse to let this toxicity and his behavior toward my husband back into our lives. It sucks when you have a fallout with your siblings because those are your siblings for life. It's not like a friend that can be easily replaced. However, at one point or another, you do have to realize this is how this person is. This person is not going to change their behavior. It's time to cut ties completely until the end of life because you can try to have a conversation, an adult conversation, and talk things out. But if they're going to continue to belittle you, talk about you behind your back, and then admit that to you, just let them go. Let them stand where they are. Let them go about their lives and you go about yours. You have your relationship with your sister, and that's good. But as far as your brother, just let them go. It sucks. It hurts. And I understand. But sometimes you just got to let them go. Let them go their own direction and you go yours. You're not the asshole. Let me know in the comments who you think the asshole is. And feel free to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and subscribe to my YouTube channel.